Wow, this is it. 1 year anniversary vlog. When this vlog is published on August 1st, it's our 1 year anniversary of vlogging. So we just looked at the date and it's actually August 2nd was our first video published date. But we're still celebrating our 1 year anniversary this week, so I think we'll have a couple neat videos related to doing vlogging on YouTube for a year. Right now, we're gonna cut back to some footage from last night, Sunday night, when Brianna and I were putting up beans.
Focus features the homestead wife, snapping beans, the laundry pile, the laundry mountain, the homestead man.
So it's Sunday night, pretty late, and we're sitting here with the laundry, getting a start on our week. We have a bunch of beans that we've already picked. We're just getting them ready so we can freeze them.
I'm hoping tomorrow to freeze these beans, make blackberry jam, and make pickles. And take a friend supper who just had a baby.
That's a lot.
I know. But the laundry pile isn't on the list.
The laundry pile's gonna stay with us.
We're watching The Zookeeper's Wife. I read this book, so I'm really excited about the movie.
She's got a basket.
And I've got a basket, so we're racing to see who can snap these beans, string these beans faster. I won. Let me try that again.
I won.
I know, I still have so many. You want to help me finish? I have so many left. I think it's because I was watching the movie so much.
All the beans from last night are in the freezer. How many quarts was that?
It was 15 plus enough to make 2 meals.
15 quarts, and then some we set aside for cooking today for us and for a friend. Brianna's making blackberry jam, one of our favorite jams. Back to the garden. We're in the garden a lot these days. I've got some work to do to tie up our tomatoes to prevent them from just dying from blight before we get our tomato harvest in. Oh, the cat bumped the camera. Kitty, 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 kitty. Garden cat, you're a good cat. So what I'm gonna do is take a plant like this that has sections with blight. You can see these leaves are wilted and brown. And we're gonna cut all the blight off and make sure that all the plants are tied up and off the ground.
Here's my giant pile of tomato cuttings.
Now the chickens won't really eat the plants here, they just don't, but they will pick off some of the green tomatoes. I want to get these plants not only away from our current tomato plants so the blight doesn't spread to them, but also out of the section of the garden that will grow tomatoes in next year as well, so the blight doesn't spread from the soil where these plants rotted up to next year's plants. But I want to keep the nutrients from the plants in the garden, so we're putting them up here in the top of the garden area.
This corn is going to be ready in just the next probably week or so.
And that means we better get moving on finishing, putting up the green beans and starting our fall garden, because corn is just a busy time. We're gonna put up a bunch of corn, eat a bunch of corn.
The tomato plants look a lot better.
Oh, and hey, look, there's a few ripe tomatoes in here.
These are our first tomatoes this year. We got kind of a late start, but tomato season is starting.
While I'm out here, I wanted to show you how fast these comfrey leaves have regrown. I cut these to the ground about 2 to 3 weeks ago. The last 2 out there haven't been cut. This growth though is all in just the past 3 weeks. I love fresh tomatoes. This is my favorite way to eat them though, straight out of the garden. Delicious, and they're still warm. I've got tomato fingers. I wanted to show y'all one more thing. We've been vlogging for a year and we've made an incredible amount of progress on our homestead in the past year. I went back this morning and watched some from our very first video, and I want to show you one or maybe a couple shots from it and just compare those shots to the way things look now. So here's a shot from our very first video. Beautiful, maybe Rose of Sharon bush and turning up to the garden. And then here's the shot now, the same bush, but look at our fences. And there's our amazing garden, our garden fence. So much work went into just that little view right there in the past year. And we're really proud of what we've done out here. We're also proud of our work on YouTube. If you were watching early on, we told you up front, we wanted to start this venture as a way to make some extra income so we could focus on our life here. I think we've been successful in making enough income that we can focus here more, but it's still a stretch to make these YouTube videos, just to be completely honest. It's really a lot of work every day. You think about, we've made over 300 videos, and we put in about 1,500 hours just in the past year, just in editing them. Not to mention the time spent setting up the camera, shooting, thinking of ideas. So we put a lot of work into it, and we're proud of our work. A year ago, we also said we're gonna do it for a year, and then we'll decide if it's worth doing it. We're actually having all these conversations right now. We are having discussions about what's coming next. Brianna's actually gonna back off a little bit from the channel. She'll still be in videos, she'll probably still make some videos, but she really wants to focus on homeschooling. So we'll probably have some changes coming in the coming days, and we'll keep you all up to date as we're making those changes. It's cool that our first real homestead meal is on our 1-year anniversary, isn't it?
I didn't think about that.
It's like all of our hard work is paid off. We couldn't have done this a year ago, right?
No.
That salad looks delicious. The eggs look delicious. Zucchini! And the beans look like really good beans.
You guys have each contributed to something to this meal, whether it was helping plant or helping harvest, or helping encourage mommy and daddy with your smiles and your laughter. So thank you so much. I'm really excited because after a year of homesteading, I am able to bring a care package to my good friend that just had a baby, and fresh flowers from here, fresh eggs, a chicken that we didn't grow but we butchered, and then every other part of the meal is from our garden. So it's pretty exciting to me because that is right up there with the #1 reason that I want to homestead, not only to provide for my family but to give to people. A dozen eggs, all sorts of goodies in there, some fresh beans and a fresh chicken, well, it's cooked, and all of these gorgeous bouquets to brighten up her home.
What another great day in the homestead. Thank y'all for joining us today, and we'll see you again tomorrow.